What's up, everybody? It's another episode of Tristan's Shop Talk, episode number 4 of the weekly episode series. A lot going on. Too much going on. Too much time on, I guess. People have too much time on their hands, I guess. I don't know. I don't have that much time on my hands right now. I wish I had more. I really did, because then I can go and except trying to go to do my open mics. Fix my glasses. Anyways, so at least I get out there by speaking, at least on this mic. It ain't the same, but what can I say? Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we must be living in some type of multiverse or something, or living in another time, because it's just crazy. Everything going on. But first things first, there was a F-35 that did crash, and this F-35 is a jet, and it was a Marine. It's a Bravo, F-35 Bravo, meaning, if you obviously people don't know the Bravo. Bravo just means the certain type. It does different functions. There's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. There's 4 different types of variants of this F-35 jet. So this F-35 jet was an F-35 Bravo, U.S. Marine Corps. I'm not sure who it was attached to, what squadron, but as in the squadron being involved is, I'm not aware of what, but it had the bases around Arizona. I'm doing like 2 different things right now. I'm trying to show y'all. So yeah, so the jet is boom. So prayers to the family. Instead of worrying about these other things that are going on right now, this is what I'm kind of worried about. The family member. Hopefully the pilot ejected. I'm not sure. My whole point right now is just, I'm more worried about this military jet that crashed, and I'm not worried about the other things. The other things are kind of like second nature to me, but this reiterates my point when it comes to talking about what's important, and obviously the life of that pilot is very important to me, because obviously he was flying a F-35 Bravo jet, and the jet crashed. So it's sad. It's not cool that actually happened. Um, so prayers to the family. Hopefully everything's going on. So, but yeah. So with that being said, military jet, F-35 Bravo. Now the F-35 Bravo is a jet that it rises up and down. So when it's a Marine Corps jet, the jet is a jet that elevates. It's almost there's another type of aircraft called a Harrier, and this other aircraft that's a Harrier it goes up and down. So instead of flying down a runway and making up speed to make lift to fly off, it doesn't do this. There's actually an engine in the middle that turns, and it's actually, and that's another thing. These F-35 Bravos, those jets are the engineering that goes into those type of jets, I can only imagine. So it's a very complicated aircraft. So I can only imagine, So like I said, prayers to the family. I hope everything's okay with the pilot. Along with that, this F-35 Bravo, like I said, goes up and down. So maybe something had to have happened. But I just know it's a very complex aircraft. So not an aircraft that I would enjoy. I would not I can only imagine the moving different servos on there, or hydraulics, and replacing different parts on that jet. So um, yeah, so that happened. So I'm going on to the next thing, which is what I'm laughing about. I'm not laughing about the 35. I'm laughing about the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is what I noticed on some of the newses tonight. Some of the newses were brought this up first before anything else, and this has already had happened. This happened earlier in the day. Why would you want to bring up a narrative on something that I don't care? I don't even care what this man thinks. I do not. It just doesn't. I just don't care. Um, but they had Robert De Niro go in front of the courthouse of where Trump is being, I believe it's 30. Let me see where I have it. 36 counts, I believe, if I'm not, charges of fraud, charges of all these crazy charges that he has going against him. Um, and De Niro goes in the front of the courthouse, which is, and like and like what I'm explaining is the craziness of De Niro making time to go. Like I would never, even if I was up to that stature of being an actor, I would not go waste my time with that. I would just go make my vote and move on. Like maybe him having this last baby that he just had at that age that he just had, maybe maybe the party paid him a pretty good amount to go play tough guy in front of the courthouse. He started calling him a clown. I got the video. I'll play it. I just thought the video was very funny because of him. It was like, it was almost like him and Goodfellas. And then after that, some other heckler started heckling him. And then that was even more funny because then he started talking to him as if he was like heckling him. So it was pretty funny. Um, and then hold on. So all right, so now I got it. So he gets it's hilarious. So I mean, it's like I'm saying, why how would you have time to go do this? Like, why? Like, who, me personally, I don't. I take people's. I'm not even really worried about the election right this second. I am going to be sooner, like sooner as it gets closer. But as of to hear this guy right now, like, come on. And I, I loved his movies. I still love his movies. Anything that Robert De Niro was in. I mean, one of my favorite movies that he was in was Ronin. That was one of my favorite movies that he's ever been in. So I mean, I respect him as an actor, but it's like, come on, like, why do you have to be like this? So here we go. Let's turn it down.
They stood and put their lives on the line for these low lives, for Trump.
They lied under oath.
They lied under oath. Who lied under oath? Let me tell you. Excuse me?
Hey, wise
They
guy.
lied under oath?
Hey,
What are
guy.
you saying?
You want me to?
They're traitors. You gotta, I don't know, I don't even know how to deal with you, my friend. I don't even know how to deal with you. They stood there, they didn't have to.
Yo, what's up with that alarm
There
in the
were
back?
other ones in there who probably were in with them a little bit too, and they found a way to get around. Not these guys.
What's up with that alarm in the back?
For us, for you. For you.
Well, let them speak. I'd rather hear them.
No, they fought for you, buddy.
I would rather hear the first responders than I don't want to hear an
They
actor.
are the true heroes. I'm honored to be with
You're an actor.
former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn and former Metropolitan Police Officer Michael Fanon.
Now, I'm not here to give advice to pro-Trump
Oh man.
hecklers, but I would offer that if there's
Yeah. So yeah, see, I wasn't trying to get his. Damn it. Oh well. Anyways, yeah. So that happened. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. Um, why would you do that? I have no clue. Um, me personally, like I said, I don't take actors' words very seriously. They're actors. They can lie to me. They can act like they care. They can act like they feel what I feel. They can act. They're actors. I mean, that's even being more like a professional manipulator. You know, they can manipulate pretty quickly. So, whosever idea that was to do that for I guess the Democrats, pretty funny. So, I'm not taking sides, and please understand, I'm not taking both sides at all. I'm just going on. I just thought it was just hilarious, but like I said, my point was at first was to say I acknowledge, you know, about what had happened today with that F-35 with that Marine pilot. So, that's what I was concerned and trying to get out. Not the fact that I care about what Robert De Niro from Goodfellas thinks about, what's going to happen in the election. And like I said, I would have rather heard I would have rather heard pretty much the first responders' point of view, what they said. Why are they there? Explain. Tell me why. But they didn't. Well, I guess they did come on after De Niro, so they did speak, but they had De Niro come on, and then started going over all that. he was like going back and forth and being heckled, and apparently later when I guess it might have been that same guy started saying he was a wash up actor, this and that. So I mean, you lose your cool. Obviously, I don't think De Niro was not. I don't think he was acting, but yet again, I mean, it's just he's an actor. I just would have thought he would handle that a little bit better with all his. I would say, I mean, that guy. I think he's as old as my dad. So, I mean, there's been word that Robert De Niro, he's a very difficult actor on set. So who really knows? If maybe he's just a difficult person and he's very hard minded. Which I could see that. Him being older like that, I could see him being very hard headed and very straightforward about things. So I mean, if you want to speak your mind, you can speak your mind. It just I wouldn't have listened. Even if I would have seen it, I would have just kept walking. I would have kept walking down the street if I was in New York. I wouldn't even pay no mind. I probably would have just taken a picture and say, "Oh yeah, I was there." And then I would have kept walking and say, "Oh yeah, I'm walking. Like, I'm not even listening." Now if there was first responders were there talking, then I probably would have stopped and see what they had to say, and definitely see what they had to say about Trump. That would have been interesting. So, but that's not what happened. So it is what it is. It was what it was. So yeah. That being said, nothing else really as at going on with the future fights right now. It was a big thing this morning where everybody was talking about how Trump was hassled at the Libertarian Party. That came up again. So I guess that you could say that was kind of funny, but whatever. But that was pretty much what I wanted to sum up. And like I had said, that prayers to the families or anybody or that squadron, and hopefully that pilot is okay. And I'm sure I'll find out in the morning whether he is or hopefully they get some information out because when a pilot or something like that happens, or any type of when anything like that happens, they don't release anything. Everything gets called off. They halt everything. It's almost like an investigation immediately begins. Even from, I mean, all the way from top to bottom, from the pilot, the last mechanics that touched it, to if it was like the mechanics that touched it, to who maybe some of parts that were replaced, to, I mean, everybody. There's also a individual, and I'm not sure how it works in the Marines, but there is a line. He's pretty much a lineman, and the lineman's name. Oh, wait, that's almost his title for working on the flight line. So he's a lineman for the jet, and he oversees the jet. So his job is also to oversee the jet before it takes off, to make sure that if nobody saw anything, that he got the last overlook. Maybe there was something that looked incorrect, or maybe oil levels, or maybe he noticed something. And then there goes final checks. Final check is also another group of individuals that final check the aircraft before it takes off. So it's a very big, it's not a good thing that happened. It's a big blow to the whole squadron, and also obviously the pilot themselves. That's a dangerous job to be flying that jet. So, whew. So May 29th, 2024, Tuesday. Tomorrow is another new day. See what happens tomorrow and see what goes on. Hopefully we find out if, I believe, if Trump either goes to jail. That was another thing going on too with, I can actually point that out. Secret Service of Trump is already making plans for jail. So in case Trump gets charged with these charges, the Secret Service is already planning. They still got to protect him. It's their duty to protect the President Trump, who used to be president. Obviously, it's their duty if he's convicted. If he goes to jail, the Secret Service stays by him. They'll be in there in jail with him. It's pretty crazy. So it is going to be kind of crazy because there's going to be a lot of upset people, and I hope no chaos or nothing like that happens. Because that wouldn't be a good thing to happen. So, if he is convicted, nobody knows what's really going to happen, except the fact that he's going to have to go to jail. A president. Crazy. That's what I was saying. Like, it's almost like a multiverse, with everything going on. Like, you got actors over here calling out people, and then so whatever. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. But we'll see what happens, and that's gonna be it for me. It's gonna be a night. So I'll report tomorrow. I'll report tomorrow what happened with that jet. So, alrighty. I'll see y'all later. Have a good night.